The seismic changes in Saudi Arabia are having reverberations around the world. Among those invited to speak at this event in London was Paddy Ashdown, a member of the UK's upper house of parliament and the former leader of the Liberal Democrats Party. He told attendees that the international community must take punitive measures against Saudi Arabia to prevent its leadership from further destabilizing the region.
Britain's support of Saudi Arabia's actions in Yemen with arms is as foolish as it is reprehensible. It is very clear that war crimes have been committed in the conflict in Yemen, both in relation to indiscriminate attacks on civilians and by using aid and starvation as a weapon of war. Britain's silence on these matters is thunderous and shaming.
The Saudi-led war in Yemen has gone on for 2 years now. It was launched by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. In that time, thousands have been killed and millions displaced. On top of that, Mohammed bin Salman has pursued other aggressive policies, including a recent crackdown inside the kingdom, which saw hundreds of people arrested, among them senior members of the royal family and some of Saudi Arabia's richest businessmen. Britain has very strong ties with the Saudi government. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Saudi money has been pumped into the UK economy through arms deals and other trade agreements. There are growing calls, however, in the UK for London to take a tougher stance against Riyadh. But the fear among some is that the money coming in is compromising Britain's principles.
The shameful British record of deeply, deeply corrupt arms sales has gone on, government after government of all stripes, and that's the basis of the relationship. Massive arms deals, massive corruption, both inside Saudi Arabia and in kickback payments into Britain. That's got to stop.
Organising such a conference like this in London isn't just because of the close relationship between the United Kingdom and Saudi Arabia and attempts by Saudi opposition figures to put pressure on the British government to take action against what they perceive to be the destructive policies being pursued by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and the Saudi regime, but it's also because, according to human rights groups, there is little freedom of expression in Saudi Arabia, so it would be impossible to hold such a conference critical of the Saudi regime in the kingdom.
Saudi Arabia has currently one of the worst records on human rights and on freedom of speech, simply because Mohammed bin Salman cannot tolerate any dissenting voices among his own members of the family and also in Saudi society.
What's concerning for many Saudi observers is the lack of pushback coming from the international community in response to the aggressive policies being pushed by Saudi Arabia's rulers. Conferences like this aim to highlight what's at stake, namely the stability of the Gulf region and that of other countries like Lebanon and Iran. Jamal Al-Shayal, Al Jazeera, London.